All right. Right on time. All right. Everybody's favorite day of the week, Thursday. What time is it, Joe?
Oh, your time or my time?
I was gonna I was waiting for you
It's
to say
7:30
mountain time.
Mountain. It's
I was gonna
7:30
say
Mountain
nobody
time.
cares about mountain time. Anyway, it's
It's dress up and plate
it's
carrier time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Get all
It's
your
eight
gear
30
out.
time.
Central Time.
Yeah, get all your
Slarping
gear
time.
out. Put all your stuff on. Tell your wife we're
Yep.
busy.
Yep.
We got stuff to talk about. Things to do.
So if you're stumbled upon us on YouTube, we are Thin Line Defense. My name is Cody. We got Walsh in the center, Joe at the end there in the mask. We are doing this. We do this every Thursday at 8:30 Central Time. This is our opportunity to one-on-one talk to our buddies out there that are watching our videos. We typically try to review our videos from the previous week, or that's normally on our agenda, but we just fly off the rails typically, and it's because of Walsh's pink mug.
Listen, I'm secure. I'm secure in my manliness.
Lucky Cody
Yeah.
wins. Way to flex, Cody. Way to flex. Damn it. I hate you right now. I'm done. I'm not doing this tonight.
I do wanna have a little shout out. So I'm kind of proud of us. This is our 40th episode, right, Walsh?
Yeah, I was putting a little
40.
thumbnail together. This is number 40. So we've done this
Yeah.
for 40 weeks, and we haven't missed a single week in 40 weeks.
Yeah.
You can't see my eyes, but they're going wide and like I'm scowling. Like what?
Yeah, like we're gonna do something really cool at the 52, like at the number 52. We're gonna have to do some cool giveaway or something.
What's 52?
Huh? Like when because we'll be at a year. We'll have done it for a year.
1 year.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like what happens at 52?
Yeah.
Quick segue though, if you guys have not signed up for our Primary Arms Optic giveaway, please go on our YouTube channel, look up that October giveaway. We're going to actually pull the name for it next week. So next week, we're going to pull the name and announce the winner. So
next Thursday.
You just comment on it and you subscribe. It's super complicated. And tell all your friends about it, because I'm 99% sure we'll be able to do it again in November. So
Yeah. If we get enough participation, that's the thing.
That's the key piece. So just got to get people involved in it, get people interested, and then just if you don't win this month, just win next month or win both. And Misfit wins everything anyway.
Let me Let me double check. Where are we at subscriber wise?
And I'm letting everybody know right now. I created 3 YouTube login just to get into that giveaway. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, I have to validate. So yeah, what 8,260 subscribers? Yeah,
that's legit.
I think we have some. Oh, I see Tactical Trash Pandas in the chat too.
Nice.
I know there's some
people have so much cooler names than me.
Like, do you remember when Harry Baloney was in here and we had like 1,000 subscribers and we were like excited about it? Yeah. I think Misfit was here and we had 1,000. I think there's so many people who were here and we were like,
well, because we had jumped into all that rumor stuff, right? Like, oh, once you hit 1,000 subscribers, then you can get monetized on YouTube and make all the big bucks.
Like,
and then like $1.50 later, we're like, where's the big bucks?
Yeah.
And then YouTube coming down being like, nope. Then our $1.50 went down to like 75 cents, and it's like
we're gonna need a good bit of that back.
Yeah, and then they're like, if you keep this up, we're gonna kick you off of YouTube.
So Bravo was in here at 7:02.
Damn,
whatever.
Bravo.
So if he's in Mississippi, it's still Central Time, I think. Yeah, that's early. Good on you. So he said, "Gobble gobble, let her wobble." What's up, Angry Sarge?
So big shout out to I'm working with Angry Sarge at HCM Holsters, trying to get some cool stuff put together. So if you're looking for some cool holsters, Angry Sarge is awesome enough to come into our chat every week. He usually hangs out for a little bit. I know we all got life and stuff, but if you're looking for a holster, he's here. He's a captive audience. Hit him up in the chat. You're gonna like it. Ooh, Misfit.
Bro, Bravo, you don't want to see that, man.
I can't read these.
So Bravo said at 52 Cody has to do a pole dance.
Oh, I agree.
We would literally lose all of our subscribers, including you guys.
Yeah. Not only would YouTube kick us off, but we'd lose our subscriber first.
Yeah.
Okay, so segue me over to that misfit comment because I think that's a good place.
Yep, that's what I was trying to do.
That's a good conversation I want to have with Joe. So, Misfit was saying how he really impressed with that primary arm scope, as was I, and I'm not a mid-range scope guy. So, Joe, I really want, if I can come see you or send that optic to you, I really want to, because I want you to see it, how ridiculous it is. Because you and I are kind of in the same boat where we kept getting annoyed, particularly with first focal plane in those first two magnification ranges. And we're on the same boat. We're like, listen, if you give me first focal plane, just tell me it starts at 3 because it starts at 3. I don't care what you're going to tell me. So it was interesting to see an optic that was basically like, forget it. We're going to take all the advantages of chopping to just 3, 2.5 to 3, and then just do everything else right. I don't know if you got to see that video, Joe, but that optic.
I did. Well, I got to see like, I think 70 or 80% of it in like 3 or 4 different segments. I'd be watching it and then I'm like, oh no, I have to go to work. So I'd pause it and then I'm listening to it on the way to work, but I wanted to actually see the video. So I stopped that and then I watched it a little bit and then I fell asleep. It's been a ridiculous week.
Yeah.
Ridiculous week.
I transitioned. I didn't really like this whole offset red dot idea. And obviously mission dictates gear, but I'm way more sold on a battle rifle with a mid-range optic and an offset 1X than I ever was. Like before, I was like, no, you just do an LPVO and be done. You gain so much more in terms of eye relief.
It's hard with the offset red dots though, right? Because like I have one, I was trying to put together that DMR in 5.56, and I just went on to Amazon and bought like a 45-degree angle Picatinny mount. And there's no way that thing's going to work on my gun. Like, it looks ridiculous. It is ridiculous. The turret on the scope, like halfway covering up the red dot. I might try to put a different red dot on it, but it's ridiculous. I've seen a couple companies that make something that's more designed for that, but it's like $80 for a stupid mount, and I'm not paying that.
And Joe brings up a good point. If you don't have the right mount, it won't be the right height, and it won't be offset the right way. Like, there's definitely some geometry with it. Even mine, I threw a full-size Romeo 5 on it. I was like, forget it. Like,
that's what I ended up doing. It went kind of like a joke. I was putting it together and nothing was working. And I'm like, well, let's just see if this works. And it was kind of a joke. And I'm like, well, it halfway works. So if I can actually sight it in, because sighting in your red dot when it's on a 45-degree angle, I know is going to be a pain. I don't even want to fathom, like, it's going to hurt my brain. I'd be like, okay, it needs to go left and down, but what does that mean when I turn the gun this way?
So I
does
cheated.
That make it different?
I took one of those O-lights with the lasers on it, and I set it at like
the ones that we can't talk about.
No, not those ones. The pistol ones.
Oh, okay.
And I zeroed it. I just kind of lined it with my red dot. Like where my normal scope is, and then kind of lined up for 25
and then
yards.
rotate it,
and then lined it up, and I was just done. I'm like, close enough.
Yep.
Like, I wasn't gonna stress about. But what about 2 more clicks? Or like that.
I guess if it rotated and you have it on a steady surface, then like if I could lock it into the Hydra sled that I showed in the 6mm arc video, then it would be super easy. Just shoot 1 round, and then, because it's locked in, just move the red dot until it's lined up with that hole and then fire for effect.
Yeah, because you're just going to lock it down, so that's true.
Yeah. So going back to the question that you asked me, I wouldn't get them mixed up, man. I'm terrible with this, but for focal plane, that's where it doesn't change, right?
First focal plane, it does change.
It does change. That's right.
Real
so
small
first focal plane, man, I was sold on first focal plane for any type of distance shooting because, as you just seen, I'm not that intelligent. My brain gets hurt a lot. So when I'm in between, especially because when I first started with the long range stuff, I went big and bought that 34 power, 32 power, whatever it is, Athon right away. And there's so much, magnification in between that I wanted first focal plane, so I didn't have to do the math. I didn't want my crosshair to be off. I didn't want something else to have to figure out, oh man, I only zoomed in at 25 times multiplication, magnification. That's why my shot went this far off at 800 yards. It's like, no, I want to have it at the same on every magnification, so there's one less variable. It wasn't until we got that primary arms that you sent me, the what was it, 1 to 6?
1 to 6, yeah, first focal
Yeah,
plane.
that I realized first focal plane is not designed for the lower magnification. And even that, I gotta say, even on the high magnification, it's kind of a pain too, because in my Athlon, when I zoom in to 34, I lose the bottom half of my Christmas tree. So, but that's the good thing about that magnification, or the first focal plane. I can back it out until I can see the entire Christmas tree, see if I can still see my target and identify it the way I want to, and then fire for effect and still be on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree. And we talked about that to nauseum. With that 1 to 6, we said, look, anything like a 3x9 or above, first focal plane, great. If you're gonna go into the low magnifications, just stick with the second focal plane.
Yeah.
So
like those 1 to 10 first focal planes, like you would have to have the best. I would really want to see some of those, because even a 1 to 8, I'm kind of like, and 1 to 10 makes it even worse. So yeah,
I kind of want to see an etched reticle that has color in it without the light.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like that chevron, the chevron tip, and the whole halo, just make that red.
You mean like
in the glass?
Oh.
In the glass, make it red.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the physics of it all to know.
Neither
if
do I.
possible.
I'm just
No, I'm with you.
I'm not a designer.
Awesome.
But if you make that red,
stay on as red,
like
I don't know if they can, though.
Yeah, without the illumination or whatever, in the actual glass, it's black. I mean, they made it black somehow. Why not just make it red? So when you zoom all the way back, there's no illumination, there's no nothing. It is literally like painted red inside there.
I think it's black because when they actually etch the reticle, like they block out that part so the light doesn't go through, so then it shows up as black. I'm guessing though. I don't know.
Make it
Good
red.
question. I'm with you though. 21st century optics. I'm with you. It should just be red. Like make that ring and the chevron be red, and be like, yep, I'm good. Just call it a day.
Or be able to turn it off, or just make the reticle red, or the whole thing red, or turn it all off.
And there's a couple companies out there. I think Primary Arms are gonna do more of it. I think they have one or two, but there's a couple companies that are making that. I don't know what to call it. Not the chevron, but the outline, the silhouette, the halo, whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah,
they're making that super big, right? So when you zoom all the way down to 0, it's like a legit the size of a red dot, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you zoom in, you actually lose the halo completely when you zoom in, and you get just the chevron with whatever marking below that, because you zoomed in so far, even at like 6 power, you're looking in the empty space where the halo now so far out that you can't see it.
Like I would love that. Like if you come all the way in and it's just a red dot, and I kind of showed that on one of my videos. You come down just a red dot, and then you blow up, and it's the ring, and then a Christmas tree. Be like, that's perfect. I want the dot. Or I want the tree.
It's zooming in so far that the ring, you just lose it, and now you have a chevron. And then when you zoom out, it's the ring.
And like Misfit's foot right here, 1 to 8 by 1 to 10 first focal plane with difficult to use at close range. And people, this is the biggest thing people don't realize until you go to use it, and you go, ooh. Like when you go to clear a room with an LPVO in 1X, you get really close to something and you realize this is not a red dot, this is a scope, because everything gets all distorted as you get really close. And I say like 3 feet. So think of when you're clearing a room being like within 3 feet, all of that is going to be distorted. After 3 feet, it'll start to look okay. But
now here's where I can see something like that, a 1 to 10 first focal plane LPVO being worth its weight in gold on like an AR-10, 6.5 Creedmoor, 308, something like that, where you're dealing with 3 to 10 magnification all the time. That's your 95% of the time. That's where you're at. But You don't want to put more weight on your gun to put another optic system, whatever it may be. You don't want to rotate your gun and try to find iron sights or another red dot, whatever. In the situation where you're in close quarter combat and all you have is your, mid-range gun, then you can zoom it down and make it work.
Yeah.
But putting it on a 5.56, I don't see it.
And I'm with you. And I Cody, because he would say we did the second focal plane, and I was like, "Are you going to run it at 1x?" He's like, "I'm just going to run it at 6. If someone's going to be that close, I'm just going to put the whole tube on them. I will be good." And I'm like, "That's a fantastic point, man, because it doesn't really matter." And that's where I was showing using a 2.5, like a mid-range scope at 20 yards. I was still, way more accurate than I needed to be. Like for tactical accuracy, I could have been significantly faster and still hit the target and not have to worry about a little target. It's like,
and this is why magnifiers still have a place in today's optic world. I mean, that was kind of the first cool thing, and we all played it on Call of Duty, and we're like, "Oh, this is so cool! I want one of these in real life." But this is why they still have a place, and this is why my battle rifle still has a magnifier on it.
And I'll tell you, even right now, like today, kind of just testing some of our theories and stuff, I went out to the 600-yard range with a 1x red dot, and I'm hitting stuff with a 1x magnification. Nothing. And you have target identification? No, you don't. Mm-hmm. Can you hit those targets? Yeah, absolutely you can. You can watch. I can see where my splash is. I can adjust. I can, and hit the gong like at 600 yards and a small target. So when you say like, well, I need, we did it too. We're like, well, I need the 25x to go out to 1,000. Now I'd probably be like, you really don't. Like a 10, you could probably do it. An 18, you could easily do it. A 30 is probably just a joke.
So it's because of my segment. I have an eye segmentation. So I have, that one. So I have bad distance. Huh?
You need that prism. So that 1x prism, those are designed around astigmatisms. So
I know, but I've every hologram optic that I've shot through, I've hated.
So I'm with you because it's almost all like shimmery.
Yeah.
But so this
like
is
my EOTech, I don't like.
No, agreed.
I only like it. I paid $100 for it.
So this is more like a scope that acts like a red dot. It still has eye relief, but it's like massive. So if you got like way far away, you'll be all screwed up. Or if you got like really close, but then you have like 6 feet of where it actually like works like a red dot. It's like that big of an eye relief.
Oh, speaking of eye relief, that's what I was impressed about the primary arm scope the most.
It's dumb. You saw how fast I was engaging up close,
dude.
Only because the eye relief is that good.
Anybody listening right now, get your cell phone out and try to look through your scope. Not right now because you're watching us, but after the show, get your cell phone out and try to take a picture through your scope. Just try to take a picture through your scope.
It's a pain in the ass.
It is one of the hardest things to do ever. And Walsh wasn't even trying, and it was lining up where you could see through that optic. I was amazed.
Yeah,
I was like, man,
the focal plane wasn't right because the camera wouldn't focus on it correctly. But
that's fine. You could just seeing through it, seeing light through it. Yeah, I mean, try to even see light through it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. So the primary arms, red dots, those are awesome. I played with the MD25. Small hint for November, maybe. And then I have the primary arms 1X Prism. So if you haven't seen either of those are both fantastic. I haven't done that one, the MD RBG2.
Can you take over for a minute? I'll be right back.
Yeah, absolutely. They have both left, and now we can go back to where
I'm here. I was just drinking my Red Bull, and I'm not drinking it through a straw, so I have to go
back to where Misfit was like in my multicam Tropic. I saw him in the comments.
Oh.
Don't forget, if you guys are interested in defense mechanisms, I really do love these guys. I like their carriers. I like all their stuff. I know we got our discount code a little bit late, so if you want to save some money on their stuff, use discount code TLDCO. Put it in the description. You can save some money. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really shifting everything to their stuff. It's that good. I know I like to talk about Hop, and he's my favorite because he likes to complain about things like I do. And if he's not bitching about it and I'm not bitching about it, this probably says a whole lot. Placards wise, though, if I could go back to the beginning of the channel, I wouldn't have anything but this.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't know how good it was.
Oh, good point. God, you're a man of wisdom today.
Right?
Look at you.
So if everybody sees, I got like half the stuff that I need. So I have my plate carrier and I have my clips, but I have no placard for it. Why? Because it's on order from Defense Mechanism. And then I have my S-Tac mag pouches. They're sitting over I don't know which way. They're sitting on the bench. But I have no belt to put them on. So everything's ordered.
Oh, your axle belt. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think
funny story. Cody and I have a very different definition of in stock than Axel does. Or what are they called? Whatever.
Yeah, it's axle.
It's Axel. We have a very different definition of in stock. So I pull up their website and I've been looking about once a week trying to see when it would be in stock. And I was going to order it as soon as it was in stock. So one of the belts, one with the crappy buckle, that was in stock, and then the two good buckle were out of stock. And I'm like, well, that's too easy. They charge you for the buckles anyway. So I'm just going to order the crappy buckle and then go on Amazon and order a Cobra buckle and call it good. So that's what I did. I ordered it, went on Amazon. It was like, Amazon, like 1 or 2 day shipping on the Cobra buckle. So I get the Cobra buckle in. And the Cobra buckle at my house before I get an email from Axel saying that, it's a 6 to 8 week lead time. And I was like, wait a minute. I thought these were in stock. In stock to me mean on a shelf ready to go. It doesn't mean that to them. So I'm not bashing on the company. That's the belt that I want, and I'm willing to wait for it. I'm definitely willing to wait for that belt, however long it takes. I was just glad that I could actually place the order, because when out of stock, you can't even place the order. And they sent me the email that said, military and law enforcement take priority, and if you're that, then you can contact us. I'm not going to do that. This isn't for duty use. So I'll just wait the 6 to 8 weeks and I'll get it in. And I mean, it's getting cold here in Colorado anyway. We've already had our first flurry. I call it a flurry. There was a couple snowflakes that hit the windshield and melted immediately. We did have some snow one night, but it didn't stick. It stuck to like the tops of the grass and a little bit on some of the vehicle, but nothing on the ground. But it's getting cold here in Colorado, so I don't need to be running around with battle belts anyway.
We'll see. We'll get Joe in some more belts.
Yeah.
So one thing, Joe, Angry Sarge, I went back to just some previous comments just to kind of see what everybody's talking about. But Angry Sarge was talking about how he has one of the PSA daggers at the FFL and waiting for 2 FCUs and a Nomad. Someone asked what an FCU is. That's the fire control unit for a P320 or the SIG modular system. It uses a fire control unit and you can build everything else around it. It's pretty awesome.
Those are expensive, man.
They're stupid expensive. Just buy the whole gun.
Good for you, Angry Sarge. But yeah, because I wouldn't have bought that. I think they're like $375, almost $400 for just the fire control unit. And then when you price in a slide, any type of sights and a barrel, you're like way over what the gun would have cost.
And that was back, Joe. That was back when those FCUs were $250. Because even then, I was going to buy one. And you're like, Walsh, just get another pistol. Even if you just sell all the pieces, he's like, you'd still make money. I'm like, yeah, good point. I'll just buy another whole pistol.
Yeah, and we're kind of on that. I don't know. I have a lot of guns, and thank goodness that Cody and Walsh have my green one back. I've never sold a gun, like of my personal guns. I've never sold one. I'm 38 years old. I've owned guns. I think I got my first gun when I was 20 or 21, my shotgun. Somewhere around there. Maybe I'm 24. But I've never sold a gun. So I like having a bunch of guns. I don't like having one trigger group that I have to swap into 5 different guns. I would rather have 5 different guns.
What do you think about this? 12 Bravo Attack says do the 30-yard Marine Corps 0 and you're good out to 300. Past that, you can make adjustments.
It depends on the grainage. So Bravo Attack, this is gonna start some arguments, and you're not gonna like my answer, and I'm not gonna like your answer. So agree to disagree. But I'll say this: all you have to do is go on to Google and type in 50-yard, 100-yard, whatever. Put something in front of it, 0 for 5.56. there's so many pictures of like targets, right? So it shows a human sized silhouette target, and it uses different color dots to show at a 25-yard zero, this is where your dot will hit every time depending on the distance. The 50-yard zero is the closest thing that I can find where I don't have to make any adjustments out to 300.
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's
think
like,
at 300 it hits them in the stomach or some shit, so just
yeah,
ain't a little high, but
it's
whatever.
bonkers because they even the problem with and I'm with Joe on this one, 12 Bravo, where those shorter zeros, you start to get a big spread. Like, yeah, you can get the longer ranges more towards the center, but then those shorter ranges are, yeah, they're still, I mean, you still like up in the neck area, but you start get pretty high. But the 50-yard zero is like this super tight grouping that you really don't have to adjust
With
it.
like one round low at like 300, I think. We do. So I was Air Force. We did 25-yard zero in the Air Force. And that's what I had done my whole life. But at 300, I think you're hitting them in the kneecap, I think.
Mhm.
So
You guys
that's
see
why I
me
changed
shooting.
mine.
You
I
guys see
changed
me
mine
shooting.
to 50 yards. And that's only on my battle rifle, of course. And anything that I've built, like my 5.56, that's a 10.5 inch. I'm not doing a 50-yard zero with that. If I'm shooting at 50 yards with that gun, I've done something terribly wrong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's smart too.
That's my home defense gun. Any home defense gun, you should zero at,
Your
20 yards max.
at your engagement distance,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And I'm with you. And,
Mission
10 to 20
dictates
yards.
gear.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
And like,
my 300 blackout, my 7.62 by 39, my 9 mil, and that 5.56, all four of my AR pistol, they're zeroed in. I mean, they're probably all at different distances. I go out to the range and I'm like, yeah, that's about the distance from bedroom to my front door. Bang, 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 zero it in, call it good.
good to go. Well, even when I do the optics, I zero at 50 just because it's usually easier for me to do the math and all this stuff and to see where I'm impacting at 50. Zeroing a 5.56 at 100 is somewhat annoying. It's not that bad, but if you can't see exactly where everything's hitting, sometimes you can adjust incorrectly. At 50, it's really easy to see exactly where it's at. So I go the easy route because I don't care if it's like, oh, you're 1 inch low at 100. Like, that's fine. Like, it's not an issue.
Yeah.
So, Joe,
And it depends on what optic you have on it.
Yeah.
Like we were already talking. If you only have a red dot on it, don't zero at 100. Why? Why are you zeroing at 100 with a red dot?
Unless you have an ACSS, like if it's set up for a specific distance, obviously you got to zero at that. But
Yeah, I
really
would disagree. I think the ACSS is dumb if you don't put a magnifier behind it.
concur.
You're not gonna see this stuff. You're not gonna see it. Go out to 1,000-yard range and try to pick up a 12-inch, even a silhouette out past 600 yards. I'm practically blind at distance anyway, but you cannot see it. You can't see it, and that's that I'm painted white. Good luck. Like, I'm not painted white right now. This is what I normally wear. Like, I just threw my plate carrier on. I already had an OD green shirt. I have tan, like my entire wardrobe in black, tan, and green.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to see me. I could be walking in a field. You're not going to see me. Like, you can't even see a tan deer or antelope walking in a field at 1,000 yards.
True. No, that's a good point. I do want to laugh at one thing Zach had said. Zachary says that I always assumed the 10x scope basically meant 1,000 yards. It's 10 times magnification, but it's not that far off from reality. A 6x scope, you could easily hit 600 yards. I would say that's not correct, but it also kind of in range chat, it kind of is. Like if you had a 10x and you want to shoot to 1,000, I'd probably say you're going to have a little bit of a challenge seeing it, but you can still do it. If you had a 6x going to 1,000, I'd say you're probably not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, I would say at the range is different than in real life. And at the range, when you're shooting, like I just said, at a silhouette that is painted to contrast the background, people go to competition. Shoot, if you go to 1,000-yard competition, more than likely all the scopes will be under 20.
The 18s,
Yeah, anywhere from 10 to 20. That's what people shoot competition with, especially when you have to change range. Like you have to engage at 600, 800, then 1,000. A lot of people use anywhere between 10 to 20. That's shooting at a silhouette that's painted white. more than likely painted white or black, something to contrast. Try to make out somebody low crawling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or positively identify, like, hey, I need to know if that guy 800 yards is Joe.
Yeah.
Or
is that Joe coming back from a patrol, or is that a bad guy?
Yeah, and it's like they're both wearing green. Yeah, that 10x isn't going to be able to do it. You're going to be like, well, I need to wait a couple hundred more yards till I can tell. Oh, Dad's here.
Oh, he emailed us.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was talking to us. So I don't. I guess maybe we're just all different. I don't love EOTechs for the same reason that Dad does love EOTechs. I thought they performed particularly poorly. I just don't love them. I think they're heavy. I think they were a huge advantage in 2002. I'll put it that way. 2002, 20 years ago, they were probably great, but it's the same technology now.
I don't have the problem that I have with my EOTech is probably because it's old. So it's a holographic sight. I don't like that. I have to turn it on. I don't like that. It uses up AA battery like they're free. I don't like that, but I do like the fact that AA and not the stupid Surefire battery, whatever they are.
Oh, those the 123As? Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's still on 300 blackout, but I don't. Honestly, I have that 300 blackout. I thought it was cool back when I was building it, and haven't really found a use for it.
See, in my thought process, I think EOTech is cool where RMRs are cool. They were cool a decade ago. That's the technology. It's a technology from a decade ago or more, if not 2 decades.
Are they shake to wake now?
No, neither of those have shake to wake. The RMR, you still got to take off the pistol just to change the battery. If you've ever done that, that is the most annoying thing. If you go out shooting in the range, you're testing an optic or you're testing a pistol, and your battery dies, well, just go home because you have to take everything.
I'll give RMR this. I'll give them this. Number one, they're bulletproof. Like, I've done some stuff in my training where I'm just taking that optic, and there's a railroad tie in front of me, and I just jam that RMR upside down, take the pistol, and jam it into the railroad tie in order to get it back in the battery. And that optic keeps going. I'll give them that. And anything that lasts 25,000 hours with the battery on, I don't really care how I swap out the battery.
Yeah, all I'm saying is it can be like they can do the same thing and improve some of the new stuff. Put shake to wake on it. Get it to the new battery trays where you can slide them in or underneath. There's just no intent to innovate. They have no interest in innovating.
I'm sure only like 5 people watched my ride-on video. But the biggest complaint that I had with the ride-on was that not only did it not have shake to wake, but it didn't stay on. At least the RMR stays on. Like, I turned that thing on, right, and I put it in my holster, and it's right now on my everyday carry. Like, I need to get that stupid thing off of my everyday carry. But I put it in the holster, right? 30 minutes later, I take the gun out of the holster, and it has shut itself off. And it won't turn back on until I push the button.
Yeah.
Could you imagine walking, you know, and that's why I have backup sights. I have iron sights on all my guns besides anything that is built for long distance, is because of that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to keep my iron sights. I even bought suppressor height sights, and I bought night sights for that gun. Thank goodness I did. I'll say that about Ride-On. Their new one does have shake to wake on it, but I have the first generation and it doesn't, and I'm taking it off. Like, I'm just waiting to see which one I'm gonna buy. Maybe a Holosun. I don't know. I'm gonna buy something.
I'll hit them up again, see if we can get that second one. Maybe we can try it out.
Yeah, because it's on my everyday carry, and I can't keep carrying that.
Yeah, we're probably making Dad angry. He's like, "What are you guys talking about? That's the best optic ever."
Yeah, mine's all painted too.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Can I show that one? If I don't show the whole gun?
Sure. Yeah. It's just it's on a broom handle, right?
Yeah, that's what it's on.
Show the one on the broom handle.
I'll be right back.
I had some mic issues for a second there. I don't know what was going on.
It's some Wise headsets.
Well, it was this mic.
Oh, weird.
My big boy mic.
All right, yeah, what else we got? I'm sure people are getting angry already.
Oh, it's Cool Club's birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. It's my sister's birthday today, too. That's awesome. Who's talking about $100 EOTech? I'm probably way back in the comments.
Joe.
Backwards.
I did.
Joe said it.
Oh.
I got mine used for $100 from Jason. I mean,
It's not really. It's from Jason. That basically got given to him, and Joe won't take anything unless you pay him. So he's like, "Fine, give me some joke amount of money."
I do want to congratulate Harry for having his username for 3 consecutive. Is it 2 or 3?
3. You're
3
right.
consecutive weeks.
3 consecutive weeks. He is whatever he does that he pisses off YouTube. He hasn't done it for 3 weeks now, which is why.
Congratulations, man! You're behaving. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Better than me. I'm about to get kicked off right now just for trying to show an optic.
No, don't do. Just show it correctly.
I saw Harry was asking about plate carriers, and I'm pretty sure he was just doing it to peeve me off. But I'm trying to find that.
Oh, that is the one you painted. Yeah, I remember that.
I painted the shroud. I painted this the gray, the battery cover the gray. I painted the shroud like the rest of the rifle.
They should get Cody's out. Get Cody's EOTech out.
I got 2.
Do you don't like that?
Yeah.
I like that camo one you got. You don't like it. I like it.
It's got like real
even
tree
trying
camo.
to get this stupid.
It is real tree camo.
The stupid lever, like I don't know why they locked it in at the front. This lever, like I can't get my finger in there to get that thing off. I have to like get into the side with a knife.
Don't get us banned now. Get that thing out of here.
I've never had issues with that lever.
No, it's just not my favorite.
Ooh,
especially for the price. Like I would way rather, even if price wasn't involved, I would way rather have a Romeo 5 on my gun than this.
Oh yeah.
Well, I like seeing Misfit. I don't know where I'm at in the comments, but Misfit was talking about somebody seeing a 10.5 with an LPVO on Reddit. That's what I'm talking about. Like that's the dumbness. Like don't be putting no 10.5 with a 1x6 first focal point. Like what are you shooting at? You can shoot at a maximum range of about 200 yards. Like what are you doing?
Yeah.
You
just
say
add weight
all day, every day. Here's my 1x10 on my 11.5 with a silencer. Like, why? Like, why? What are you doing? God, it's every day.
I'm gonna blow Walsh of mine one of the day. I'm gonna put like an actual. Oh wait, I can't say that. The ATF will come to my house. I'm going to show that a 5.56 can do more than what a lot of people give it credit for.
And I can go out to
I'm making that DMR, and
Yeah.
that's a 16-inch, right? I'm going to mess with that. But then I'm going to throw something ridiculous on a 10.5-inch barrel and go and see what it can do.
Okay, I'm interested. Harry asking a good
And
one.
put the chrono on it to see what the difference on the same round is. Especially if you get up into like the 62, 72 grains.
That's what I was going to say. If you get up to a 72s, you're going to be doing some really cool stuff that those 55s just can't do.
Yeah, the 55 bleed off. I mean, they're great for shorter distance, but I'm gonna see what it can do with 55 grain out at distance on that DMR.
So Harry asked a good question. He said, should I go defense mechanisms or K19 plate carrier? Now, I had you guys vote on what you guys wanted to see, and I'm going to show you 2 plate carriers. I don't have the DM plate carrier complete, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of hint. I'm not going to show it to you because it's not even done. I'm seeing pieces. I need pieces to finish it. So I'm going to show you the defense mechanisms and the Cry SPC and the K19. Why I'm saying that, because you're basically asking the same question between those two. Do you want a carrier that is minimalistic and you're going to go lightweight and fast, so a go fast setup like this DM, or do you want to have a more overt, large, padded, militarized, big old bulky, super comfy K19? The K19 is for going long. Like if Joe's going to say, hey, Walsh, we need to go on a 10-mile. Me and you are going to go 10 miles out. We're going to go get materials, and then we got to come back. I'm going to get like a battle rifle setup. I'm going to go heavy on the K19 because I don't know what all we're going to need. I'm going to bring everything we need. If he said to me, hey, Walsh, we got to go 1 mile down the street, we're probably going to get up a lot of engagements. We need to move fast and engage quickly. I'm going to go the DM or the SPC. So that's the question of, do you want a go fast or a go long setup, as to how to answer that question.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it depends on you and your body type, because like I'm wearing the Gray Ghost right now, and it has 2 strips of padding right down here. There's 2 strips of padding, and that hurts Walsh in chest, especially when he goes prone. This is the only one that I'll go out and run in now. I won't go run in the LA police gear because the LA police gear doesn't have that padding, and it constricts my chest so hard that it makes me it makes my entire chest hurt like really bad to where the point where I have to stop running. My chest hurts because I can't breathe in this one, but I can push through it. I can push through the pain and keep going. So it all depends on your body
So
type.
that channel then really helps you out. And I did like that when I was standing up, but when I would go prone, it hurt. And like you said, it's about how your body works. It would put so much pressure on my chest that almost 90% of like my whole body weight would basically be on these 2-3 inch strips. And it was just so uncomfortable.
And for me, it's not comfortable. Like I wouldn't want to lay there for hours on end. But if I'm moving, if you're saying, if I'm doing patrol within our compound, then I'll wear the LA police gear one. If I'm going outside the compound for any reason, I'm putting this on.
And
because Walsh, if you didn't see it, Walsh did something ridiculous. So I started running in the just to test them out. And then Walsh went like, oh, I want to do the same thing. So he started running in them too. And I'm like, oh, that's super cool. And then this fool decided to do a 4-mile run.
Listen, I had to do a 4-mile anyway. I was like, listen, I got to do a 4-mile today anyway. May as well do a low and slow in the carrier just to see how it goes.
So I woke up to that video, like Walsh running 4 miles. And I'm like,
too. You're like, I guess I'm doing 4 miles today.
Yes, I am. Thanks a lot. I was trying to keep this semi,
I was going to
conservative.
I was going to do 5 miles the next day. And I was like, I'm just going to, it's not even a run day. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm going to go left.
Yeah. But I did it 4 miles, boots, carrier, nonstop. I had to drop my time down like crazy though, dude. I don't do 10.5-minute miles.
I wasn't going for speed on mine. I didn't care. If you can run 4 miles in your carrier, I don't care what speed. You get a thumbs up from me. It doesn't matter. Do that low and slow with the carrier. Don't do it all the time. Where's Doc Dole?
My back definitely hurt.
Yeah, because
my lower back started hurting at 2 miles.
Yeah, he brings up a good point. He was talking to me earlier, and he's a doctor. He knows when you put the added weight on, the physical gain you gain from it is like 2 to 3%. Like you don't gain a whole lot, but the stress on your joints and everything becomes like 200 to 300 times as much. So if you're gonna run with your carrier, maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months. Just don't do it all the time. Run like you normally do, and then maybe do it every once in a while.
Yeah, we're testing stuff out.
Yeah, and it's dumb. Like I couldn't run. I couldn't like walk for the next day. They were like,
yeah, my legs definitely hurt. Yeah.
Misfit. See, the stuff I recommend you guys legitimately is good. If Misfit's saying it's good, it's good. The DM one is awesome too. This is the only really customizable one. I'm gonna say that. Like this is, the other ones were like, yeah, it's kind of customizable.
Is that the whole DM like plate carrier?
This is the whole DM plate carrier. Yeah. So this is their full. This is their full setup.
See, I told you, Walsh gets all the fancy stuff. I mean, he does put the time into the videos. I'm not.
Let's say if you want to, Joe, I'll load you up with plate carrier videos if you want to do it.
Nope. Nope.
You'd be swimming.
And nobody would watch them. I'd be like, well, let's see how durable it is, and I would just tie it behind my truck and drag it like 2 miles down a dirt road.
And in reality, I'm getting into so much more of the gear that you guys are probably going to see less of me doing the guns and the optics, because there's so much gear you guys want to see, and that's kind of become my niche where I can easily hand off the optics to Joe and to Jason. You're probably not going to see much optics from me in the future, and it's probably going to be more of them. Same with the rifles and the pistols, just because if you guys want to see the stuff from me, I got to start doing it all the time. I probably have 4 other carriers that you guys don't even know I have. That you probably want to see. So yeah, so we may change things up as we go. But yeah, Harry, what you're saying, I can also add the DM add-ons to the K19. Yes, except for the sidekick pouches. So the sidekick pouches are designed to go underneath the cummerbund, like how this one is. On the K19, it's not designed this way. Like there's a bit of a different design of how it all works. So it would have to go on the outside. You could still use it like I did in the video. So it wouldn't make a difference.
Just don't use sidekick pouches.
You don't need it.
Problem solved.
You could just.
Walsh is more like a tank type setup. I'm not. I'm light and fast. I want to get as much stuff off of me as possible.
And I kind of talk about that in my carrier setup too, where my Go Light setup is focused around expansion. Like, can I make it bigger or smaller? So that's kind of what that's all about. So Harry, this is the defense mechanisms PC. This is the Defense Mechanisms MEPC. I don't have their rear pack yet. We get that, but it's all multicam Tropic. I kind of did my best to test them out, to see what they could really do. I want to challenge them to do a tricky colorway. They sent this. I said, all right, let's do something tricky, and I gave them this tricky order, and they sent it to me in like 1 day. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that was a little easy.
That's the Walsh treatment. Nobody else expect that. So
No.
I went onto their website, put everything in my cart. I was gonna do just the placard and then do the 3 mag pouches on top of that, but that setup went like $85. Where if I just buy the mag pouch, starter piece, it was $40. So I got with Walsh and like, oh, what do I buy? I don't know what I'm doing. Walsh helped me out. I threw it all in the cart. I ordered it. I paid for it out of my pocket, and yeah, I have clips though.
I'll text Jesse after he may be watching.
No, I want to see. I want to see how much. I want to see how long it takes normal. People that don't have the end like Walsh does with DM.
Normal wizards.
Right. Yeah, level 1 wizards, not level 20 wizards.
You see, Zachary, he's like, I was taught by level 100 wizards to 0 at 25 and confirm at 100.
There you go. There you go. You'll be a little high? You'll be a little high at 100?
Yeah, that'll be a little high.
Yeah, everything between 25 and 300 will be high.
That's the annoying part. Like
anything after 300 will be, or 300 will be spot on, and everything after that will be low.
Yeah, and it's just a weird 0.
That just hurts my brain trying to figure that out. Just Zach, go out and 0 at 50 and see the difference.
So Trash Panda says, what I do is write on a small piece of paper where I 0 at and keep it in the grip. That's a good idea. And something me and Joe were talking about was actually getting we probably need to just make this. Maybe we can get Angry Sarge to make this. Get like the cap where you can actually put where your 0 is, and then put your dope. So you could be like, hey, like I'm at 2.8
so
for at 100, whatever.
I'll explain it a different way. Walsh, I think your idea is amazing. So what Walsh is saying is just print out, get a picture of your actual reticle, right? And just like whatever that app we use, what is it?
Strellock. That's Strellock Pro.
Just like when you click on the optic and it's showing you every dot at different in what yardage it is. He's saying take that picture, print it out, and put it on the inside of your flip-up cap. Yeah. So when you flip up the cap to your scope, it has all your dopes right there, which is an amazing idea. But will only work with first focal plane or second focal plane at max zoom.
Yeah, and at whatever altitude. Otherwise, it'll be a little bit off as you change altitude, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to get more into my 308, dude. I really want to start taking out my 308 and figuring out dopes and stretching the feet on that thing.
Oh, here's a good question, Joe, that I don't even know where to start. Best modern platform that's not an AR/AK. I haven't played with the MCX. I haven't played with any of those. I'll be honest. I want to try that Galil. I would really love those IWI stuff. I would love to try that. But bullpups, me and Cody love. I think we love the idea of them, but we haven't shot enough of them to know where they fail. Like first focal plane scopes, I was like, yeah, I love those. And I tried one. I was like, I don't really love that much.
I want one. One day.
I just don't want it to blow up in my face.
Being left
to answer that question, I don't know, and I'll probably never know, because the AR-15, if what I grew up with, if what I know inside and out, it's what I trust, and it's what I'll continue to keep using. Anytime that you get off of the main path of ARs and AKs, you'll quickly find out that the aftermarket world doesn't really exist. And if it does, you're going to pay an arm and a leg for anything that has any type of quality behind it. Whereas with the ARs and AKs, you can find quality stuff for relatively cheap. I just stick with what works. I've literally, during a deployment, terrible of me, we had to carry our gun around everywhere, and there wasn't really a time that I would use it. So like we'd throw it in the backs of trucks. It was filthy, nasty, dirty, right? Didn't clean it for like 2 or 3 months. It was ridiculous. But I went with the Army, so we had to take it to the chow hall. We had to take it to work. We had to take it home. You only had to have your rifle on you. And one day I got to go out and shoot, and it kept jamming. And I literally I was vehicle maintenance at the time. I went to our mobile truck and I grabbed some WD-40 and just sprayed it in there and shot all day with just some WD-40 in it.
Perfect.
People complain about the AR all the time. I don't. I love it. I'm not an AK fan because of the loose tolerances. That's what makes them so great for reliability and how it can still shoot when it's dirty. But I don't like the loose tolerances. I like accuracy better. But
yeah, and I'm with you. I'd be hard pressed. I mean, the fact that I can put together an AR and it doesn't cost very much, and if something breaks, I know I can. There's available parts because it'll be everybody else's. Like if a bolt shears in the middle of a horrible time, if a bolt shears on your scar, and we're scrounging through Nebraska to find another scar bolt, is not going to happen.
no, and you don't want to go to a different platform that has all the stuff that you know and that you like on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want the Lego gun. I want to be able to swap stuff out.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it. We could swap barrel and uppers and all that stuff. If things really went sideways, we could change from a long range weapon to a close range with 2 pins. Click, 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 click.
Right.
All right, I've changed my weapon. I've changed my mission set in 3 seconds. Okay, we're ready to run. And you only got one lower. Like whatever.
You can get a decent AR-15 for $500.
Yeah, I mean, I get where Misfit's going, and I don't. The best modern platform, if you say not AR or AK or SCAR, we would have to go shoot those and see them. But in that constraint, we wouldn't know because I don't think we've tried them. But I don't think they're ever going to overtake the AR.
No,
I think it's just too modular. It's just too simple, and there's
too
so
battle tested.
And there's so many of them that if you had one and yours went down, this is what Joe always told me. He's like, well, it'd be okay if you learn your left-handed controls, but just make sure you're savvy with right-handed controls because your gun may go down and you got to grab somebody else's and use that one and then fix yours whenever we get time. But you're going to use those parts to fix yours. And that's what's important. If your specialty coolness, $4,000, whatever goes down and you can pick up an AR because that's all there's going to be. There's going to be 100 of them.
And I can buy 5 ARs for the price of 1 ACR.
Oh yeah, and those scars, yeah.
Not the SCAR, the ACR.
Oh, the ACR, yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the most modern battle rifle. That's what it was designed for, but it didn't get picked up. It hasn't been used in the theater. Even the SCAR, man. I'm not. I know a lot of people really like the SCAR and stuff. If I wanted to go that route, like I would go with a SIG 716. I really like that gun. It's piston operated. It's still an AR platform, but an AR-10 platform, piston operated, 308. You can get it in a 16-inch. It's heavy. It's really heavy, but I like the idea of a 716. But again, when that piston operation goes down, when that rod bends a little bit, or it gets blown out, whatever, you're up the creek, man.
Yeah,
you're up the creek.
Joe, another good one for you, Misfit. God, Misfit's just loaded. I owe him like a sticker. I got some cool stickers, and I do owe Misfit one. I'm gonna send you a cool one so you can have some cool slaps. We got those skeletons. We got
the Romeo 7. I think it's the 7.
The Romeo 7.
It's still in the box.
It's discontinued.
Is it really? I'm so glad I got one then.
Well, so I went looking for one for my AR9, and excuse me, it says everywhere I looked, it says discontinued.
Remember that day
I got mine on Amazon.
Remember when I found I found like 2 weeks after Joe got his, I found it for like
130.
130.
Yeah.
And I was like, why don't I just buy this? And I was like, well, that's okay. Joe's already got one.
You should have.
Must have been their clean out.
So Misfit, in order to answer your question, I'm waiting on the TACON trigger to do the DMR build. Once I get the TACON trigger, do the DMR build, and go and shoot it, improve and hurt a lot of people's feelings. Then I'm going to take that Black Hound off of the DMR, and that is going on that gun and becoming a permanent additional battle rifle. So I don't know. Email TACON. I should send JJ another text and be like, "Hey, bro,
is that the flat face one?"
Yeah, I want that flat face TACON trigger. Like $300, man, but it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, Cody. What else we got?
Sorry, I was looking up.
Sending love messages.
Oh, yeah,
really
it
do
is
love
a
all the
7. I
comments.
thought it were two.
Keep
I
them
thought it
coming.
were 2 question marks. I was like, I don't know what Romeo you're talking about, but I'm guessing the 7.
Ku Club saying I love big suppressor sights, and I don't even have an optic for my pistol. I don't like suppressor sights if I don't have to use them because it kind of makes the height of a bore, particularly when you're shooting so much closer. If you don't have to use them, I try not to. But.
Yeah, but if you have a pistol that fits a certain way in your hand, and that's the way that the sights can. Walsh went into that during his 10 shooting tips for pistols. If that's where your sights naturally align and that helps you, then use them, because I'd rather be an inch high than not have my sights lined up in the oh crap moment. So use them. Cody, can you find that on Amazon? That's where I found mine.
Yeah, they have it on Amazon. It's $200.
Oh,
you got 130.
I think I paid 180.
Yeah,
170.
You got sweet 130. What else we got here? I'm stealing some.
But that's heavy for your AR9, dude. Just go with a Romeo 5 and keep it light.
I told you what I have on it right now.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm not gonna say it on the air.
No, dude. Next thing you know, ATF, you ain't got a dog no more.
So I see there was one comment that Harry's making. I'm still stuck on, probably way back in the comments, that he's getting the suppressor bug really bad. I want to dispel one quick myth about suppressors, that they're easy to use. I want to make sure that that's very clear, that when you use suppressors, you start to need to play with the gas system in some way, shape, or form. And I was kind of talking to a couple different YouTubers about it, and it's really kind of displayed very inaccurately as to what you're going to run into, particularly when you use a suppressor. You may get lucky, but you may also have to play with ammo. You may have to play with adjustable gas blocks. You may have to play with buffer tubes, buffer weights. All that stuff's going to come into play, because all of a sudden you're going to put in a suppressor, and you're going to have an ejection pattern at like 1 o'clock, and you're going to have all sorts of problems.
Yeah, failure to extract, failure to feeds.
Yeah, and you're going to fight that all day. So
right, and there's fixes
cool.
to it, getting an adjustable block and all that other stuff. But a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to put on my gun, and then I'll just take it off and put it on. It's like running NOS on your car. Like, you have to tune the car for that. You have to tune the gun for that. And when you're not running it, then the gun doesn't run right, or vice versa.
And you need to plan for it. Like how when I built mine, so that 10.5 or 11.5 I built is designed to run a suppressor. So I spent the whole time from the ground up thinking it in terms of gas control and gas mitigation, using that bootleg BCG where I can change the gas controls to the BCG separate from the adjustable gas block, because I need to tune the rifle with the adjustable gas block, and then the BCG I change to tune whether or not the suppressor's on. I don't want to change a gas block just because I put a suppressor on. That would be god awful. You don't want to deal with all that. So there's,
and then even the charging handle that you bought is suppressor oriented.
Yep. So the Geisley charging handle, the Raptor one doesn't do it as much. There's a few of them that do it. They actually have kind of a lip that blocks the gas from coming backwards. So you kind of have to build it from the ground up if you want to build a suppressor ready pistol, I guess it's a pistol, or rifle, because you're going to get significantly more gas coming back at your face. And me being left-handed with a right-hand ejection, I have to be more concerned about that, because I'm going to get so much blowback that I can't see. So gas mitigation becomes number one priority if I'm going to use it as an actual tool. What did I miss?
But I'm with you. I'm right there with you. I've had the suppressor niche forever. I just don't want to give up my Fourth Amendment.
Mine was, I didn't want to wait a year, and then I waited a year, and the FFL was like, man, you know what? If you would have ordered it when we talked about it, you would have already had it. And I was like, all right, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Like, you're right.
Oh, okay. So Bravo's asking about that little trigger holster that you had.
Oh,
wait.
Yeah,
Joe, for me or for
you?
For
so
you.
Asking you, Joe.
Sorry. Yeah.
That holster, that little one you did, 12 Bravo was asking a while ago. And I meant to ask you, and sorry, 12 Bravo, I forgot to ask Joe. We get a little busy. He kind of wanted to know the update after using that little trigger guard holster after a year.
I used it forever, for a year, right? It worked really well when you're doing normal stuff. So when putting it into the holster, a little sketch. I'm not gonna lie. I bend at the waist so the barrel pointed like back there, and I know that if it goes off, that I'm gonna have to go to the hospital just because of the blast of all that gunpowder
On your ass.
on my butt. But I will say that I was playing badminton with the family in the backyard, and I dove for the birdie. Sorry, I'm getting. I dove for the birdie, and that gun came out and hit the ground. And I'm like, oh well, time to go put this in the house. Luckily, I'm in front of all my family, so and nothing. I mean, it's a safe gun. So, yeah, I did like it. It's very concealable. It has pros and cons. It's very concealable, but it doesn't retain the firearm, super great. If I took off running, I think it would fall out. If you do jumping jacks, it's going to fall out. But where it really failed me is I decided to put a light on that pistol and keep it on there. So now what? Now the light cover where it goes on, and I can't use it.
And
So
lights are
honestly, in the
common.
last 2 months, I haven't used it at all because I decided to put O-light on it and the O-light staying on it. So I'm using my 1441 gear outside the waistband holster for that gun. But yeah, if you don't want to run a light on it and you just want it for walking in the mall and you want it super concealable and stuff like that, I would say go for it. The best advice that I can give is take the holster off of your belt, clip it on, right? And even then chamber around and then put the whole assembly into your belt line.
What was the name of it again?
Essential holster?
Is that it?
Is that what it was? Essential
Dude,
holster?
I can't remember.
I don't remember. It's on the channel.
Yeah.
Cody, I'll look it up while you're doing comments.
Well, I skipped way ahead because I squirreled.
People are like,
Well,
I was waiting for them to come to my comment all day.
Well, they're both doing stuff. Here's the knife for the week.
Ah.
Oh, look at that. So I've always wanted a kukri knife. I've always wanted a Damascus knife. Look at that. Look how pretty. Teardrop Damascus. If you don't know how that's made, you have to drill holes. You have to drill a whole bunch. Every single one of the little oval things is a hole drilled in the outer layer of the steel. And this thing cost me $100. Yeah, this thing awesome. I've wanted a kukri knife. I'm a dork. I watch History Channel and stuff, and I think it was City of the Underground. Like this started out with I don't know who they were, but they were giving the Roman a hard time. They could never conquer them. It took like 100 years to conquer them, and they had a knife. They had a sword that came up and went. It was like some queen of the something, I don't know, but it went at like a 45-degree angle, and they used that to get around the Roman shield and like stab them in the neck and all kinds of stuff. And after they finally conquered them, they actually started making like a kukri design. That's the first time I knew that it weren't used in history. But I've always wanted a kukri after watching Forged in Fire. The thing chopped like no other, and it was Damascus for $100 with a sheath. And it's like $10.95 and another steel to get the, and it has imperfection, which I absolutely love. It drives people nuts. See it right there.
Did you get? Can we have a link to where you got it from?
Yeah, but you got to go in. We'll talk about it after the show. You got to go in and do some stuff first.
Oh, copy. Okay.
Yeah.
So
good. Yeah.
And Joe's given a good segue. We're starting to see a lot more gear. And this is something we kind of talked about beforehand. And there's a lot of gear we want to show you guys that isn't necessarily, it doesn't work to do a 10-minute video on like a cool knife like that. Or I may show you actually I got some pretty cool clips I'm going to do a full video on. But we may have something really small that like, hey, here's something you want to be aware of. So we're going to try and show you guys a lot more gear on the live. Stuff that may not be able to make it onto like an actual full-on video. Like sometimes range bags. Like we got some really cool ones, but like making a whole video is going to be weird. So we're going to try and show you guys more actual products on the live too, and actually do it that way. So you guys can see some cool stuff and you're not waiting like 3 months to see a little tiny piece of something. So yeah, I found that thing you're looking for, Joe, the naked holster. That's what it was.
Naked holster. That's what it was.
Yeah, this one, right? Just a tiny little doodad.
Yeah. It's 3D printed. It was super cool. 20
printed
bucks. Yeah. What I'll say is this: It's
Yeah.
$20 or something like that. Buy it and see if it works for you.
No, before you buy. What? It's a lot of warnings.
Oh yeah, like
Ugh.
reholstering that thing is not the safest thing in the world.
Do not use our holster with a drawstring or belt.
I don't know what that means.
Or belt. Like, don't use it with. What?
Only.
Oh. Today is our reading comprehension day, folks.
I lost.
Context.
I'm out.
Oh, that's too much. All right. Oops, not that one. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe. Harry's
What?
saying the best thing ever. And I saw Sean from We Like Shooting do something very similar. Mount that to the plate carrier.
This?
Or
Yeah.
your saddle belt. Do a QLS.
Yeah.
Do a
Somehow.
QLS to your belt.
I think I do have some Kydex left. I might
I
do
would
something
Ranger
like
carry
that.
that.
Yeah, I might do something like that.
That would
It'd be
even
pretty cool.
just to have right here, or like I guess on this. I don't know. You have to
No,
figure out
like-
where to put it.
Make it ridiculous, dude. Just put it on my back on like a Safariland QLS system.
To it.
Just put it
No,
right here and be like,
do a Ranger, or not a Ranger carry, a Scout carry.
what is
Which one's
it?
the Scout?
Oh, behind my back? Dude, I wouldn't be able to roll over.
No, I like it.
I wouldn't be able to walk between trees.
I would love it
Anywhere
when
you mount that, you're not going to be able to
Here.
roll over.
I'm gonna put it on my back.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
And be like,
So,
shing.
Harry,
No.
you better nag him about it every week till he does it.
I don't have a flashlight, but the best thing that I like about the knife is that you can kind of see it right there. It has imperfections on it. And what that tells me is that it was handmade, or whatever. And I love the imperfection. It is raw steel though. I'm gonna have to oil this thing or else it'll
It's
rust.
made
If
by
you
a
live,
little Chinese kid.
no, it's actually made in the US. I think. Don't quote me on that.
Sure.
Don't quote me
Or
on
it's
that.
like they always say, it's assembled in the U.S., but it was made in
Yeah.
China, and then they send the parts here.
They
Right.
glue them together. Like it was glued together here.
This handle is kind of crap. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of crap, but it already has the holes in it. So if I want to put micarta or however you pronounce that later on in life,
You could
I can
redo
do
that
that.
handle though, couldn't you? Pretty easily.
super
Redo the
easy,
handle,
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I-
You've done more.
it was $100 for Damascus 1095 steel kukri like machete.
Yeah.
That's what I bought. I don't care about this. It works. I don't care about the handle. It works.
No, I like what Harry was saying. Put it on. You gotta put a crazy setup on the back of your plate carrier. I would love.
Yeah,
it.
and then I'm gonna go out running in it, and Aaron's gonna get me arrested.
Oh, speaking of, I have to go out running. I have to do a mag check, like because sometimes I have like different mag configurations, or I'm trying something weird, and I'll have to be like, oh no, and I'll pull them all, and then I would go running one time, and I had one dangling from the back. I was trying this weird like sideways carry thing, and I totally spaced it, and I walked outside, and I'm like, what's hit? Like, forgot one. Like,
Dude, I
oh,
can't imagine if you got pulled over, or like the cops came out and you name dropped. My wife would be like, I don't know him.
We have there is zero. You better shut your mouth. Like you better shut your mouth. You better take your beatings and sit down. Don't bring
Dude,
us into
I was running one night in my plate carrier, one of the first nights that I was running, and I'm running down on the sidewalk down a major road. And it was like 2:00 in the morning, and this pickup truck goes by me and then pulls over right on the side of the road, like right in front of me. And I was running with my dog. I don't leash my dog or anything when I'm running, especially at 2:00 in the morning. There's nobody out. And dude, it freaked me out. It freaked me out. I didn't have a firearm on me. I'm out running.
Mhm.
But luckily I had my dog, which is a fur missile.
I'm gonna tell you this minute. I don't know what it is.
I wonder why he pulled over. It could have been something like he just noticed that he dropped something right then and he decided to pull over right in front of me. But I picked up the speed and I sprinted by. I called my dog because she's getting older. She's a little slow, but I called my dog. She caught up to me, and I'm just looking over my shoulder the whole time. And he stayed there on the side of the road, and I just upped the pace a little bit and then turned into side street, and he didn't follow. But it freaked me out.
That's kind of kooky. I will say though, every single person, I don't know what it is. If you run in your plate carrier, every single person and their mother waves at me. Like if they're driving by, Everybody waves. They're like, I don't know who that guy is, but don't make him mad. Like hi.
Smile and wave.
Every person, like, wow, everybody's so friendly.
Right, Misfit. Right. I know. I need to get my life together.
Maybe he's gonna solicit, like, yeah, have you met our Lord Jesus? At 2 a.m. Like, bro.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
No, I mean, my dog looks all tan. So the only thing, if you were interested in me, the thing that popped in my mind, he thought a coyote went chasing me.
Oh,
Because I've been told like 3 times that I've been asked 3 times if my dog's a coyote.
Yeah.
In her life.
Yeah.
No, she's not a coyote. She's a Belgian Malinois.
It's someone and you just run by and you look at him and you're like you're running by. He's like, I'm gonna be a hero. I'm gonna save this guy's life. And you run by and you're like, what are you doing, weirdo?
Yeah. Especially when I called my dog up and patted my side, and she came closer. Maybe that went cue. Maybe he felt silly, so he just sat there for a minute and then drove off. I don't know.
Check my phone.
Or maybe he thought, maybe he saw from a while away, from a little bit away, like, ooh, somebody running, I'm going to make them a victim. And then he gets closer, and I'm like running in boots and a full plate carrier, like just killing it. And I'm running with a Belgian Malinois, and you're like, ooh, maybe not.
Maybe not.
He's like, not today.
Yep.
Comment. He was going to ask you if you wanted an extended car warranty. I've been trying to get a hold of you for weeks.
This is your last notification. Please, God, let it be.
You've been ducking my calls.
You've been dodging me. Oh, that's good. All right.
So we made it all the way to an hour and 12 minutes.
We did. Yeah. Is there more?
Cody bought one of these, everyone. Yeah. Cody bought one. Yeah. It's pretty cool, right, Cody?
I think it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it actually has, I mean, it's light, but it has a little bit of weight. It doesn't feel cheap, like plasticky. And it opens super smooth.
Yeah, it deploys super awesome. And the fact that it's just like a scalpel blade, that's cool.
That you can get 100 of them for 50 cents. I'm lying. I don't know how much 100 would cost, but never have to sharpen them again. Yeah. I suck at sharpening knives, so any knife that I don't have to sharpen, I win.
What else?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what other cool stuff we got going on.
Nothing. It's cold, dude.
No, hey, I got something cool, Joe. You're gonna like this. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek. I haven't talked about this, but I'm gonna do a little shorty video. I've been working with these guys at Guardian Warrior Solutions. This is a Raptor adapter. Okay, the cat's up here. So what this is really cool, is this actually connects into, and I don't have one over here with me. This will connect directly into a tech lock. Okay. So you can do a battle belt. So like in your situation, let's say you have a battle belt, you already got one set up, and now you got to buy all new pouches for the other one. So you can actually set these up to run with a tech lock. So you could just switch it between belts, and the way it's configured, also you can run it sideways. So you want to run a sideways mag pouch, you can run it. You can run your mag sideways if you want to do that because you're crazy. You can run it angled. So, or like let's say, hey, we don't want to run dump pouches. Like this is kind of where I want to use it. Like I don't really always want to run a dump pouch. So I could run this on my dump pouch and then whatever other pieces I want to switch in. So you could be like, hey, Walsh, we're going to actually go do something, put another first aid kit on, and I could have another first aid kit set up with this. And I just switch it in like 2 seconds.
That's pretty cool. It's like the QLS system for holster, only for all of anything else that's not a holster.
Yeah, for all the other pieces. And TechLock does do it. They have like their own thing, but it's super expensive. I think these are like $7 to do the little adapter. So I'm going to show you. More than likely, though, I think I'm going to show it to you, Joe, and I'll probably send you the whole like setup that he sent me, because I think you're going to find the most use out of it, particularly when you can change all the pieces out. Like if I send you a second belt, you can be like, do I need to get all new pieces again? Like, no, man, just take the pieces you have, flip them onto the new one, and you can show a whole new setup. So
yeah, that'll work.
Ooh, Misfit, cool. New videos. I talked a little bit about it. So the one I'm actually working on right now is this one. I want to show you guys this. I want to show you guys these little adapters with the tech lock, and then I'm going to do the 2-plate carrier loadout, showing you the K19 and the SPC, and then I'm going to follow it with this one. I'll do the MEPC full review of that right after. Joe, are you
And-
doing something this weekend?
I still need to do stuff, try to piecemeal some stuff together to see if I can come up with that
Oh yeah.
Palmetto State Army 10.5-inch video.
What
Because
about
I
that
actually
Optic? What about that
actually
Brandon
like that
Optic
gun.
one?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that in somewhere. Somebody's just gonna get to see that.
Yeah.
I'll tell everybody here. These are our true fans.
Yeah.
So somebody that I know got a Optic given to him. He bought a first AR, and he really liked it, but he got an Optic given to him, and it was crap. So I surprised him, and like we destroy his old Optic, and I give him a primary arms Optic. And I won't say how we destroyed it, but I busted Mythbusters busted myth.
That's a mouthful.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you shot the Optic.
Why would you say it out loud?
I want to see it now. So
Not everybody watches Mythbusters. I hate
Joe,
them, but whatever.
well, full disclosure, I don't have a video set up for this Sunday. So if you can pull something cool together for Sunday, I'll help you edit it and put it together. But
Oh
I
my
have
God.
nothing. I've just been super busy. So I have
Yeah, it's been super
nothing
cold here,
prepared.
y'all.
Yeah. So
And I'm working nights where I'm up all night. That's why I'm drinking a Red Bull. Like, this is my morning. I just got up like an hour before this video.
everyone in the comments should be like, "Oh, Joe, you should spend all night working on cool videos for us." I'm like, yeah, guys, that's a great plan.
He's like, no.
Like, that's what I'm gonna. Dang it!
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if I take
And
over
I'm-
more of the gear, you're gonna have optics just laying everywhere, and you have nothing but your guilt and optics in the room. You're like,
I've
"I'm doing
I've
optics
never
today."
mentioned it on that channel. I keep them separate, but I do have a different YouTube channel that I'm trying to get some stuff before winter hit for.
If you're,
Yeah,
if you're
it's
really good,
dork stuff.
good.
Don't even try to figure out.
That's the
Sling it
coolest
out
stuff.
there.
Nah, dude, I ain't gonna sing it out there. Nobody
Dude,
in
Misfit will buy one tonight.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him in the background. I'm saying
Did I?
your channel, the gear you use on your channel plus the gear we use on our channel. That's what we're gonna be. That's how we're gonna be operating.
Okay,
We ain't gonna be running around.
All right, I'm gonna give people a sneak peek on what my other channel is. Okay, you ready?
It's not tactical.
Misfit's already got his debit card out.
Oh, look at that. He's like, what? He's like, what are those? Like, how many electric skateboards you got?
There's probably what 10,000 worth of boards right there.
Close, dude. Just that one board, $4,000, dude.
What?
Yeah.
Get
Four-
that out of here. That's ridiculous.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's a different world. I'm not.
10,
I'm not even caught
12.
up. I will come right around.
12.
That's about it. I'll fall off and I'm done.
Yeah, $12,000.
So really though, if you guys have suggestions on videos, we really the where this channel goes is where you guys take it. Yo, Misfit, you see Misfit post? Yo, I need a link.
Hey,
Yeah.
so how do you, I don't want to misspell it, Joe. If I put it in the chat here.
Okay,
Spell
ready?
it.
Put it in there.
Yep.
RAMATORIX.
I thought that was like you changed it from that one. You'll still come
Mhm.
up?
Yeah. Ramatorix Eastgate reviews. Or
Yeah.
it's YouTube/C/Rama,
Mm-mm.
RAMA.
Misfit, I need a bug out board. That's,
Yes.
that's
Right?
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Misfit, you should see the one that I just got, dude. It's
I could
$4,000.
100% shoot from on one of them boards. I bet you. I would love to try it. I bet
No,
I
you
could do it.
couldn't. No, you couldn't. You could either shoot or you could ride. If you try to do both, it's going to end in a disaster.
Yeah, I'm not coordinated enough to probably even ride that thing, much less try to go straight
I
or
wanna try
turn
it.
or.
Yeah. Cody, type in www.youtube.com and then do the /C/ and let me know when you get to there.
Just hold. I'm gonna just pull it up and put the whole link in there.
There you go.
Do the whole thing. But so while they're doing that, remember though, this channel is for you guys, particularly those guys who've been with us since 1,000 subscribers. If there's a video, particularly some of you guys OGs, if you guys come to our live chat and there's something you want to see, I'm not gonna lie to you, we're gonna reach out, we're gonna try and get a hold of one. And if you guys really, really want to see it, more than likely we'll just buy it so we can see it on the channel, and then we can kind of give you what we think about it.
That's the people that we're talking to that lasted this far in the live chat. Every Joe Smo that like, oh, you should review this. We don't I don't care what they say.
Yeah, I don't want to see the Faro FCPC version 5 or the Bison belt. No offense, I'm not interested.
Oh, hey, speaking of stuff, we got a discount code for We the People.
Do we? I thought we had one
Yeah.
before.
Well, we didn't know what it was, I don't think. It's
Oh.
capital TLD, lowercase CO.
Oh, that's the same
Just
one
like
for
our yeah.
defense mechanisms, the same code. So if you want to use TLD CO for We the People holsters or for defense
But
mechanisms, we use
here's the
same
thing with We
code.
the People holsters. I've been going onto their site more, and like they have a lot of other cool stuff, like everyday belts and stuff like that. So
Get that stuff.
yeah, they got. I think they even have backpacks now. Like they're doing all kinds of craziness. So if you haven't checked out their site, if the Kydex holster isn't for you, go to their site and just look around. TLDCO will get you a discount.
Look at this jerk. So Hop shows up right as I'm talking shit about it too. He's like, "Hey, could you guys do the Faro FCPC version?" Like this, when it comes out. So as always, Hop, thanks for dropping in. I love your videos. I hope you know that I love mimicking your style, and you've always been on my muse. So like, I want to be like that guy and just be angry about everything, but then know what you're talking about. So no, I'm not going to review this. I'm going to make. You know what I'm going to do? I will do this. I will buy one for Hop and I will send it to him, and he can
Right.
do it.
Right.
I'll be like, you let me know. I'll ship it right to you. Right with that GB. Oh, Misfit's gonna tell me he wants to see that GBRS belt. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a $300 battle belt.
No, especially when the
Ugh.
axle exists. Like, don't buy any other belt.
Why? Yeah. Ooh. Oh, see, Joe. There's so many good videos for you that I wouldn't be nearly as
What?
good at doing. Where Harry's asking for doing maybe a video on EDC pistol comparisons. Like what are pros and cons for different types? Like on things you taught me, like way back in the day, where you're like, "Hey, Walsh, think about this, think about that."
Yeah.
You know, you carry more rounds, but that's going to be, you know, you're going to lose less. You're going to be less concealable. All those different like pros and cons you got to weigh out. And body type plays in. Like I may be able to conceal less. I always look like I'm smuggling wrenches. I don't know what it is about my body. It just doesn't work well. Like I can't do appendix.
Yeah. Maybe, but that's a really hard video to make because I only have access to the gun that I own.
That's what stinks.
And there's so many variables. But do you know what we could do is dedicate almost a full live chat to that, because then we got all three of us, especially when Jason comes back, maybe one day. Then we have four of us to talk about it, and then everybody in the comments that can put their input into it. Then you have a lot wider range of opinions instead of just mine, because my opinion will be different than Cody or Walsh's. I like Springfield, so my everyday carry are going to be Springfields. The end, winner. The end. I'm not gonna deviate from that. Whereas Walsh and Cody like SIGs, and then somebody else will like a Glock. So, but yeah, I mean it. Yeah, let's talk about that next live chat. Let's do that,
because we may not have it. We may or may not have a video for Sunday. So full disclosure, we may just do some fun stuff, but we may not have a full video for Sunday. Maybe Joe does an all-nighter and sneaks one out though. Mine'll be next week though. But if we don't, let's just do a fun little. We'll talk about EDCs all next Thursday.
Are these even monetized? The live chats?
No.
So it doesn't matter.
Does that mean to watch that and be like 5 seconds later, you could press go again on the dumb crap they're talking about.
But that's what I'm saying is like we could show guns on here that don't monetize it.
No, I think it still messes. It still messes with the overall channel, though. Even though the individual.
Yeah, and they can actually remove our channel completely.
Yeah, because it says you can't do. It says no matter what, you can't show guns on the live.
But what we'll do, we'll just have Cody going, just smoking a finger on the keyboard, pulling up picture of every gun that we talk about.
Yeah, we could find another way to do it, or even we could take pictures and show pictures. Like we could do a cool way.
Yeah, so. I mean, all you have to do is go to Google Images and just type in whatever we're talking about, and then show it.
Oh, so I'll give this assignment to the viewers then. If you want to talk about your EDC or want us to talk about your EDC, send us a picture of it to our thinlinedefenseco@gmail.com, and then we'll take your pictures and we'll take everything together along with ours and yours, and we'll post them all up and we'll talk about them. Just send kind of your username and your pistol and why you like it, and we'll read your blurb and we'll show a picture of it, and we can talk about different EDCs.
Yeah. So and then we get a lot more. Thank you for the idea. Sorry, it's not going to be a full video on it, but
I think it'll be more helpful to like have a conversation about it than
The OG Hellcat, it's in that gun locker right there. Or wait, no, the Hellcat. So the Hellcat is still one of my everyday carry. I carry that in the summer, and then my Mod 2 in the winter. My Hellcat. I mean, nobody knows where I live. Come try to take it. My Hellcat's sitting in the center console of my car.
yeah.
That's where it's been for like the last month.
So
I've just left it in there for a while.
So Kook Club did say maybe a video on what not to get. And we'll talk about this a little bit and we'll kind of segue into that. But like I have a Staccato 2011 and I'll talk about why that is not an acceptable EDC carry gun. We'll go over that. And I think Angry Sarge and Joe, I think and Cody, we've all kind of talked about, some of the weird stuff that happens if you had to use one of those to defend your life. You probably want something you can dispose of. It doesn't cost you thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
It's going to
If
be
you
gone.
rolling in the dough and you could just go buy another one, then sure. But
That's great. Yeah. So
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't even buy one right now.
Okay, everybody wants to show. Okay, I'm gonna put in our Gmail. So thinlinedefenseco@gmail.com. Hop, you better. I only want to see pictures of Hop's Faro plate carrier. So I hope he just emails me a whole bunch of pictures of his Faro plate carrier. That's all.
No
I wanna
wiener
see.
pics.
Right. I'm about to say the same thing. I swear, if we get anything inappropriate, I'm changing the email and we're never giving it
I'm
out.
talking
again.
to you, Harry.
Yeah, remember I'm the tech guy. I'm pretty savvy. I'll find you and I'll send you something worse. I'll tell you that right now.
Can I end this? Can I end this on telling the story about what Jason did?
Yeah, go ahead.
I forget why. A big deal. But I got something in the mail or delivered to my porch or something that really, really upset me. I forget why, but I open it up and it's a local religion. I don't even remember what it was, but it was really weird. And I didn't appreciate them giving this to me. I forget why. Don't think that I'm anti-religion or anti anything else. Everybody allowed to do what they want to do.
They did something weird. They put it like in your there was something weird. I don't remember. That was like they put it in your house or something. There was something weird about it.
No, they put it in your milk box.
Did they? Yeah. So in my milk box, but it was weird, and what they wrote was really weird, and it was kind of like, if I don't do this, then I'm going to hell. Like if I don't give them money, then I'm going to hell. There was a lot of things that really made me mad, but they had their address on it. And I shared this with the guys. This was years ago. I don't really remember it. And Jason went on and found hard candy, little pieces of...
No, it was gummies.
It was gummies? Found gummies in the shape of male anatomy.
Yeah, it's called bag of male anatomy if you want to get it. It's not male anatomy used to catch words. And you can order that and send it directly to someone else.
Yeah, and that's what Jason did.
It's a whole bag.
It was...
So they had a good day, I bet.
And Jason's super religious. That's what makes it even more funny.
Yeah.
I would have still ate those. They're gummy bears. Don't hate.
Oh.
I would have had them. So if anybody told me, like, go eat a bag of, I'd be like, okay, and just pull them out and start eating them right in front of them. Nobody would know what to do. Nobody would know what to do.
Look at what Hop's saying though. Hop's saying down here, he goes, I'm the proud owner of no Faro carriers at this time. Listen, everyone. We can collectively at Thin Line Defense do one good thing, and we could buy Hop another Faro plate carrier. I bet you everyone could pull together $1 and get him another one. So
right,
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe.
He really needs a plate carrier. Oh, it's funny. All right, you want to close it out then, Joe?
Me
or Cody? I guess
I can.
Did you block somebody?
Coding job.
Oops, I clicked something.
I didn't even know you could do that.
He's 5 minutes. He's in timeout.
Don, I don't know what you did, brother, but
that was an option. Sorry, whoever that is, I got clicking randomly, and you got put in the penalty.
You got put in timeout. Welcome to our lives on a daily basis between Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Welcome to our
He's
lives.
our tech guy. We'll just keep reminding you guys.
you get that John guy. He gets to feel like what it's like to be on YouTube. You just get randomly put in penalty box. You
Yep.
didn't even do anything.
You don't know why. You don't know why. You can argue it, but you're in penalty box, so they won't
Either
hear
way,
you.
you're going to serve those 5 minutes, and you're going to deal with it.
Yep.
All right, everybody, you got your homework assignment. We need EDC pictures, no dick pics, no wiener pics. Bring them next week. We'll have like a story time. But as always, have a good one. Take care of your family. Be good to each other. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Later, everybody.
Bye.